on November 15th. It was just like any other day. I woke up, I wanted to smoke. I called my friend. I asked him if he had anything and he said he didn't and that he was on his way to go see his dealer. So I picked him up and we went to meet him at Ala Beach Park. So when we got close, I decided to hop into a taxi and go in two separate cars. We got to the area. When I looked over to the dealer, his car was surrounded. The back of their jacket said DEA. I thought that that was the worst day of my life. While I was at FDC, I was indicted, and instead of staying there awaiting trial, I got accepted into a 2-year treatment program. About 4 months into treatment, my mom calls and she says that she's in the hospital. And she has stage 4 breast cancer, so immediately I was worried. You know, she's my mom, she's the caretaker of my kids. I prayed and I cried. I felt inside like I'm the messed up one. She doesn't deserve this, you know, I deserve it, you know, punish me. So the situation with my mom, it softened my heart and it made me realize that, you know, I could care about something other than myself. I was looking at clouds one day, looking at the trees. As I was looking up, I saw these 3 birds flying over me, 3 green birds and then 3 white birds, and then, you know, just flying over me in threes, and it immediately made me think of my kids, and I took it as a sign that there's something greater, something that's gonna guide me, something that doesn't want me to be going down the same path that I've always been going down. It was June of 2018, and my pretrial officer came to see me. She recommended the internship program, which is a 12-week internship program with Touch a Heart. So I thought that I was just gonna learn knife skills, how to cook things, you know, just basic things to get me around the kitchen, you know, that I could go into the workforce and be like, oh, I can do this, that, and that. It was so much more than that though. I was shy, I was nervous, I didn't really like to talk to people. I would always hide in the dishwashing area. I was like, that's my spot, you know, and but, you know, everything that they were doing did involve me, and, you know, so they just brought me back. They said, no, come back here, let's do this together, you know. So I learned togetherness, I learned how to be a team player, you know, I learned how to trust people, you know, and that's something that I would have never thought would have came out of entering this internship. So about a month into the internship, I was put in situations where I was really tested to see if this is what I wanted to do. Are you gonna turn back around and go down the old path, or are you gonna keep pushing through? So at that point, I was put into behavioral separation. I was separated from the rest of the community, and the only thing that I was allowed to do was go to my classes with Touch a Heart. I wanted to just say, you know what, forget it, take me back to jail. That's way easier than dealing with reality, you know, but every time I would go to class, they would always have something encouraging to say. You know, they actually held my hand and walked through the situation with me. Usually I give up and turn around and just run from my problems, but at Touch a Heart, they wouldn't let me. It's kind of amazing that I made it through that, you know, that trying time. They asked me to speak at their gala, and I wanted to give back. When it was done, I was approached by this couple. The lady, she was in tears, and I didn't know who she was. You know, she feels like she knows me. She feels like we have this connection. She asked me if she could pray for me, if her and her husband could pray for me. And I said, of course, you know, I would love that. So while she was praying for me, I could hear the connection that she had with God. I could see the God in her, and I wanted that to be seen in me. It was at that moment where I knew that I wanted to follow God. On December 13th, I had my sentencing. I went in front of the judge and I got a chance to speak. Again, I asked God to speak through me. You know, I can't really remember the exact words that I said, but it was my truth. She hold your breath, and she said, I'm sentencing you to 12 months and 1 day and I could just breathe again. So before, when I would have heard a year and a day, I would have just been like, oh, you know, I can't do this. That sounds like forever, you know, I don't want to go through this. And it would just sound like nails on a chalkboard, you know. But today, it's like, it's going to be easy. It's going to be doable. You know, anything is possible. And that's because I have God in my heart.